Hello, everyone. Welcome to Online Seller UK podcast. My name is Prabhat, founder at Online Seller UK. And today's podcast is pretty interesting, like everything else. So, we will be talking about a very new topic on Amazon advertising, that is Amazon marketing stream. So, I'm joined by Brent. He's a founder of Amz Pathfinder, which is Amazon advertising and creative agency. Welcome to our podcast.
Hey, Prabhat. Hello. Nice to be
Ex-
back.
Yeah, excellent. So I think it's good for you to introduce yourself, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like you said, AMZ Pathfinder is a Amazon ads and just generally speaking, conversion rate optimization agency. More recently, we branched out into Google to Amazon and also listing optimization, but primarily, the bulk of our business and the bulk of what we do is Amazon ads. And I've been doing that since 2015, believe it or not, which is a long time now.
It is long time. So, with your experience, you've seen the advertising changing all the time, and the new area for advertising, which is the marketing stream. So, do you want to introduce us what it is?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure a lot of your audience has already heard of it, at least in passing, right? If you spend any time on LinkedIn, you also see a lot of posts about, oh, there's different hours of the day when ads are better or ads are worse, and some of you might be familiar with that from other ad platforms. Some of you might not, but I'll get into it. So, basically, Marketing Stream, which is still in beta, by the way, this is not like a finished product yet. Amazon loves to release things in beta and then sit on it for a couple years, sometimes, don't they? That's not to say it's not useful, though. It is very useful. And basically, the biggest, let me back up. What it basically is a near real-time data stream that can be thought best of as like sort of like push notifications instead of going to a server and fetching information. Amazon has decided after years of having people hammer their API, hammer their servers, requesting information updates to understand what's happening as the day progresses with advertising, which is the old school way to do it. Hey, what we're going to do as Amazon instead is build a system where it's more like push notifications that you get on your mobile phone, right? So, hey, this campaign is out of date, or this state change on this is paused, for instance. These are kind of like status updates you can get from Amazon Marketing Stream. Now, that's one side of it. The other thing is basically better depth of data with more what you could call data dimensions, right? So we all know that people shop differently at different times of day, right? So people might be browsing around early in the morning, but maybe they're not shopping to buy. Maybe they're adding to cart and they're buying later. Maybe when people are home from work, that's when they're actually buying. In the middle of the day, maybe they're at work and they're browsing on their phone or even their work computer, and maybe they're buying then, maybe they're not. But it depends really on the product, on the subcategory, on the user, and a bunch of other information related to that. So the biggest, I guess, innovation, the thing you see the most people talk about with Amazon Marketing Stream is hourly performance metrics. So like I just talked about, people shop differently at different times of day. So you can get what's called intraday insights. So, hourly insights within that same day. And this allows you to do much more advanced campaign optimization. So for example, during certain hours, your conversion rate might be really high. And during those hours, you want to make sure to increase your bids, increase your budgets to make sure your exposure is maximized as it can be, because you have the data now to suggest, oh, the conversion rate is much better at this time of day. So let's maximize our visibility, right? And conversely, you might say, okay, 3 a.m, we can see people are shopping, but our conversion rate is terrible because they're sitting on their phones because they have insomnia and they're blurry eyed and they're like, I'm scrolling around. But maybe you don't necessarily want to go crazy with your budgets during that time. And that's basically the biggest innovation that we have right now with Amazon Marketing Stream. So what has happened is a lot of third-party tools and software have ingested, utilize this information and have been able to display it to either agencies or users of the tools. And then those users, based on either algorithmic suggestions from those tools or their own input and rules, have been able to modify the bidding schedule, the amount of bids, the amount of budget, the level of those things to accommodate for these intraday fluctuations. So basically, this allows you to spend less money more efficiently based on hour of day. And this is the biggest thing Marketing Stream has right now. But yet again, it's still in beta. There's more to come.
Yeah, I'm sure. Google had this feature for a long time. So
many years.
For many years. So Amazon ads are still learning phase, as you said. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's all good. So for somebody running Amazon business, it's music to your ears, isn't it? Less money, more efficient ads, more returns and so on. So, with the seller, so how can they access this AMC?
Yeah, that's actually a bit of a tricky question. So, Marketing Stream, AMS, basically, and don't confuse it with the old AMS, by the way, Amazon Marketing Services. Those are two separate things. The old
Yeah.
AMS is dead. This AMS, Amazon loves acronyms, is Amazon Marketing Stream. And yeah, I mean, the best way I think most sellers can access it is by using a third-party tool that's doing a good job of integrating it, right? There's many out there that do. A lot of tools actually don't because it's fairly technologically complicated. And actually, the amount of data, Prabhat, is very, I would say, intense. It doesn't make any sense. It scales up, right? So imagine that you have information per day for a keyword. Now imagine you've just 23 times that information because you have to look at that keyword by hour, right? So there's 24 hours in a day. And so now what you're looking at is a much greater volume of data. So this has been quite a challenge for an individual seller or business to deal with, right? Unless they have an API connection, they're dialing in and they have their own kind of custom tool, it's a bit difficult. So the short answer is find a service provider that supports this and put the screws to them, question them. How does this work? Can we set up custom rules around this? Do you have automations around this? There's so many ad tools out there. I can't rattle them all off, but a lot of them that are the bigger, better ones. I know the one we work with, for instance, they integrate with Amazon Marketing Stream and they make it available for us as an agency to build custom rules around this. And because there is that barrier to entry, this is the classic thing in business, right? Higher barrier to entry, harder to do. There's less people there doing it, so you get more of an advantage, especially early on. So we've really started to use Amazon Marketing Stream, I would say the end of last year, Q4 into Q1 this year, and now in Q2, we think our implementation of it is more mature. So I'm happier with where it's been so far.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. So you've been using it for a while. So, and also
Yeah.
you mentioned about some of the cases, like you've mentioned about the time bidding and so on. Is there any other use cases of the marketing stream?
Well, the other one is basically budget notifications. So this is that idea I touched on at the very beginning, which is like push notifications. So imagine yet again, it's like a push notification to your phone. So instead of asking Amazon, hey, is my campaign out of budget? Hey, is my campaign out of budget every day? They'll tell you when it hits certain budget thresholds. And I forget what increments they do it. It's like by 5% increments or something, they can send you a notification. So that way, when there is a Prime Day or a sale, or you have a product that has a coupon and you're selling like crazy and your ad campaigns are blowing up, you'll understand, oh, I need to add more budget to this campaign. Or, oh, crap, it's Prime Day and it's only 7 p.m. here in the UK and we're still selling like crazy and our campaigns are out. Let's go and add more budget to that, right? Because historically, we had a guess,
Yeah.
because Amazon has done such a poor job, historically of letting us know when budgets are. So that's a big one. And then the other one that is they call it like a state change. So it's like if a campaign has been paused or archived or something, you can get notifications about that. Those are nice details too. I mean, there's going to be a lot of other stuff that's going to happen with Marketing Stream. One thing which is a whole nother discussion is Marketing Cloud, right? Amazon Marketing Cloud, which is a bigger, umbrella which under many things fall. But essentially, what I expect with Marketing Stream eventually is for the ability to look at devices, right? So, okay. This person's on an iPad. This person was on an Android phone. This person was on desktop. That kind of information layered in. And yet again, Google's done this for years, but for Amazon, this is a bit newer. Geographic information, I'm really hoping for that. This person was in this postal code, this zip code, this county, this state, whatever. So I'm expecting and hoping to see more of these things. And these are all data dimensions by which we can modify our bidding behavior and our campaign performance and our budgets, right? So let's say that, someone's been sitting in Brighton using their phone at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, like maybe they're worth more to me than someone sitting in Manchester, not picking on Manchester, at 10 in the morning, on their tablet for whatever reason. Maybe the data will show me that eventually.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned about the geographic location is going to be, I think, really interesting to see.
Huge. I can't wait for that. Also, because think about this, Amazon fulfillment centers I believe, I'm not sure if there's like substantial evidence out there. I believe that where you are located, where your shipping address is, will dictate some of your search results, right? So
Oh
imagine
yeah, yeah,
that you have a better shot at showing up because you have a fulfillment center in Manchester and someone lives in Sheffield. And so they're like, okay, the bidding pattern here is high. I'm going to bid more because I know I have product that's near this person. That's a whole nother layer of complexity and a bit mind blowing to think about, actually. But that
yeah.
is a real, there's physical realities behind this stuff. Fulfillment is not magic. So it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I believe in terms of search result, they already, again, I can't prove this, but they already have different search results based on where people are based.
I believe it.
Yeah, yeah. So good, good. So this is really interesting, Brent. So thanks for your time and talking to us about Amazon Marketing Stream. So
No
uh,
problem.
let's conclude. So is there anything else you'd want to add to the conversation we've just had?
No, I think that, I mean, what I would encourage all sellers, business owners to do is stay on top of developments for Marketing Stream and Marketing Cloud for that matter. Marketing Cloud we didn't touch on here, but Marketing Cloud has just opened up a whole new data set. Like one thing you can see now in Marketing Cloud is new to brand metrics for sponsored products, which is something we've never had before. So there's new exciting stuff coming out all the time for these things. And I would say Marketing Stream, yet again, still in beta. But once it gets out of it, once they add more features, maybe it'll be more widely accessible and available with inside the ad console, and you won't have to rely on a third party or an API, direct API integration. But right now, it's still fairly cutting edge. But I think that the people who are jumping in at first are the ones that probably reap a lot of the rewards, as is often the case. Higher risk, high reward.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent. So if somebody's is to get to you, to talk to you, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, sure. You can actually go to brent.bike. I actually own .bike as a domain TLD because why not? And if you go there, you can get a link to Pathfinder or have a call with me or follow me on LinkedIn or whatever. All my links are there. So it's like one of those link tree websites, except I just made it myself. So yeah, brent.bike.
Excellent. Right, you. Thank you very much for your time, Brent, and I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All the best. Bye for now.